So today I'm here with Cristen Mann of Pennecard Real Estate. And Kristen is a new realtor in our market. And I'm very excited to have this conversation because I remember when you and I first met, there was just something. I was teaching a class in Eagle at the time. And there was just something that I noticed about you, kind of that spark, if you will, that said, this person is going to make an impact. This person is going to touch some people and make a difference. And so I'm so excited to talk with you, and I'm excited to see where your career is going to go. But thank you for being here today.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
had similar feelings, and that's why I'm here, because
Yeah.
I think we could both work together really well and make a difference in our community.
Awesome. Very good. Well, today, again, I just wanted to hear a little bit about your story and kind of what brought you into real estate and kind of your background. So why don't you start? Tell us just a little bit about yourself and kind of your background. Where'd you grow up? What's your, past career look like? Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, starting off, I grew up in California, so very happy to be here in Idaho now.
Yeah.
But back there, I was doing a little bit of programming and then eventually moved into wine sales. I started up a boutique winery and did all the sales and marketing for that. So I think it was a natural progression for me coming from a programming background where I could utilize my skill set, kind of develop the website, and then move forward with that to be able to market the actual wine itself and go out and speak with sommeliers and restaurant owners and hotels. So it was something that I was not comfortable doing, being sales itself, but it did provide me an opportunity to work with others and have a more social, a more social life within my job.
Okay.
So it was challenging and amazing all at the same time, because I felt like a really big introvert doing all my programming stuff, but then
Sure.
I had the opportunity to go out and start communicating with others and building that social aspect to my life in general, because I felt like such a hermit for so long.
Yeah. Okay.
But that kind of, it was a turning point for me because it made me really nervous to jump into sales and be face to face with people after having the computer in front of my face for so long.
Sure.
So that's kind of what I've done diving into real estate out here too. It's something that I've always loved. I've always been, really excited by it. My dad helped my husband and I remodel 2 of our homes back in California. So
Okay.
it's, part of the best times of my life prior to kids.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun for us to work together, use our hands, use our brains, communicate with each other. And that's kind of what got me excited about real estate in general, is having those opportunities to search for those homes that may not look incredible on the outside, but once you get in and you see the structural work and the bones of it and just imagine what can be done in there, it's something super exciting. And being able to, work with my dad and kind of download his brain and utilize what he's done, because he was a custom cabinet maker.
Okay.
Back in the Bay. They're out here in Star too, so we got them to come with us.
Oh,
But
fantastic.
yeah, it's been kind of a natural progression, but a very challenging progression to get to the point where I'm doing real estate now.
Okay.
So a little bit about my background. I do have 2 small boys. They're
Okay.
5 and 7, Tegan and Rylan,
Okay.
and my adoring husband, Brian.
How long have you guys been married?
We've been married. We're coming up on 14 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
October. I don't even know our anniversary. October will be 14 years for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's back up. Tell me, how did you come to Idaho? And did you start real estate when you got to Idaho, or did you start that in California? Tell me about that journey, that transition over here.
So what brought us to Idaho initially was just searching for kind of a more rural environment for our kids to grow up in. My husband was raised in Chico, California on
Okay.
a dairy farm.
Okay.
And he really wanted to bring that aspect to life for them, because he had such a great upbringing being out there, not being on TV or social media or anything like that, which luckily our kids are young enough that they haven't seen the effects of social media yet. But I guess I shouldn't be talking about that right now.
Mm.
Social media is what we're going to be doing here. Hopefully we can cut that part out. But we just wanted to be in an environment where we could explore more and get back to what we really enjoy doing, which is exactly what we did last weekend. We went camping, we went river rafting. These are the
Okay.
things that are important to us as a family. And I feel being in Idaho and having so much access to everything around us at, an hour's drive, if not less,
Yeah.
it's something that we can really bring to our kids and let them explore and just have fun again. So
Sure.
that was our main goal for getting out here.
Yeah.
Um, real estate is a new adventure for me here. Although we were doing a lot of remodeling, we did buy and sell 2 houses back in California ourselves, but I've always had a fascination with it, and now I have the opportunity to really dive into it and
Mhm.
make it my career, and I've wanted that for a long time. So I'm excited to be at this stage where I'm getting started, getting up and running, and really taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and I think you have the experience of relocating, and I think that what you touched on there was the appeal to Idaho for so many families. I know it is for myself. I grew up here and then we finally returned a few years ago. And that was the big driver is for our daughter and like a return to how we grew up as kids,
Yeah,
like throwing rocks and camping and
exactly.
swimming in the river and
Yeah,
just being like normal kids,
yeah,
right? And I think that is one of the biggest appeals to Idaho is to be able to give our kids that experience as well.
right.
And then also kind of be a kid again as ourselves.
Yeah, I
So,
mean,
so yeah.
there's so many places throughout Eagle, especially that, we can go berry picking. We can go pick fresh cut flowers. We can go to lavender festivals. There's so many things that,
Without paying $35 to get in,
yeah,
right?
you ride your bike up and walk on in.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's incredible the different experiences that we've been able to offer our kids. That even going to a river just seemed like an all day event back in California for some reason.
Yeah.
Here, it's like we drive 5 minutes, we're on the river fishing.
Yeah.
We walk to a local pond, we're out there enjoying the sun, fishing.
Yeah.
It's all the things that our kids deserve to be able to do within a short time frame and not, you know, taking away from social time with their friends either. They can do that with their friends because we're in the location where they can be all together and do that.
Yeah. Fantastic. And I've seen also, you've really been exploring the area a
Yeah.
lot. And I know that you live in Eagle and you're helping a lot of families in Eagle right now. And tell me kind of how your process, and how it's been entering into real estate so far. And are there some specific areas that you're helping families? Are you helping with relocation? I know that the VA loan, and you told me a little story about that too, is, veterans hold a very near and dear place in your heart too. But
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about kind of how your business is coming along and if there's some specialties that you're working.
Absolutely. I've definitely wanted to focus on working with people relocating because it's something that I have experience doing myself.
Sure.
There are a lot of hoops that you got to jump through to actually make the move happen. And for us, we had our challenges and we did have a little bit of guidance, but I want to be that person or the person that can help people kind of navigate that smoother, that have like an easier transition to get out here
Mhm.
because once you're here, it's incredible. It's just
Sure.
making that first step to get here and then really not knowing how, I guess, the industry works out here. I want to be that buffer for people that don't need to know. I can communicate it for them. And with what we're doing every weekend by exploring different parts of Idaho, going up to McCall, going out to Cascade, going, anywhere we want, Garden Valley, it's such an easy way to get to know the area, which has really helped me when I'm working with clients to say, hey, if you're looking to be outdoors and you want some property, this is an area you should go explore. Or, in working with veterans, a lot of them gravitate straight to Mountain Home because it's right there next to the base.
Mm.
So being able to provide them with other options, saying, if you only come a couple more exits down the freeway, then you'll be right in downtown Boise. There's so many other options, so many different areas that are still keep you accessible to the base. And, there's just different areas that people need to know about so that they can make a better decision for their family if they, have a family that they still want to be in a town and have that community feeling.
Hmm.
That's where I'm really trying to, work with people to help them learn about the different areas that are available to them.
Okay. That's great. Thank you. And one thing that I touched on this when we first started talking is just that feeling that you have a warmth about you and you're going to be able to make an impact to a family. And even if it's just jumping on a Zoom call of a fellow mom that's still in California,
Yeah.
like think about relocating,
Yep.
right? Like scary, like what's going to happen, the unknown.
Yeah.
And so if you can have that conversation with them and help them and say, look, this has been our experience.
Mhm.
I have kids as well. Like I think that's massively helpful because when we relocated back to Idaho, we had some family that was here and I'm originally from here, of course. So that was super easy, but my wife was born and raised Seattleite. And so she was like, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like no way."
Yeah.
But we just did it.
Yep.
But to have a trusted advisor or guide her, that pioneer who has come before is huge. So I think relocation is going to be a really big area where you're going to be able to make an impact with people. And then of course with veterans and you mentioned your husband's a Marine,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah. Okay.
Former Marine.
Okay. How long did he serve? Tell me about that. And you have a VA home loan or you had one? Tell me about that.
Currently have one. Our
Okay.
first house we did a VA loan with too. And that's actually how we were able to get our first house was because we did 0% down. We didn't have the PMI to worry about. So we were able to get into a house that, we were in San Francisco at the time. We didn't think owning a home was even a possibility. And
Sure.
the more we learned about the VA benefits, the more we saw that this could be a reality for us. So fortunately, we were able to make that happen. And with the guidance of my uncle, he kind of walked us through the whole process. But it was a huge learning curve for him, too, because he had never done a VA home loan before. So we all kind of worked together to learn together. But that's where it's so important to have somebody that you trust, like,
Right.
somebody like yourself, where you're extremely comfortable with the VA home loan process and all the ins and outs of it. And that's what we really need on our side is somebody who can walk us through the process, somebody who can, tell us what to expect, when to expect it, and, be an advocate for us. If you don't know what to expect with the VA loan or even the home buying process itself, somebody who's going to listen to you and value you and support you. That's, the main things that you need from people that are in your position and in my position. The realtor, the lender, you have to know what you're doing in order to be able to be that advocate for these people that don't even know that the VA loan exists.
Sure.
So with us being able
Yeah.
to utilize that, it really set us up to be in a position where, now we have a home that our kids can grow up in. And yes, it's our third home after our initial purchase with the VA
Mhm.
loan, but we continue to use it because there are so many benefits to it that we've had, it's just really helped us.
Yeah. Well, and that's a big key point there as well is that the VA is not a one and done.
Right.
You can use it again and again.
Yeah.
So,
Which we
so
weren't
yeah.
aware of at the
Yeah,
time.
there you
So
go.
it's like every step of the way, we're learning more and more about it.
Sure.
And that's why I've really kind of dug into it more because I've firsthand experienced how, beneficial it can be for veterans and their families. So
Sure.
it's super important for us to be able to get that out there, get the word out so that veterans, active military, they know that it's out there and they know how to utilize it.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Now, as far as support, you talked about, realtors getting support and you're learning and growing and developing and building your business every day and aligning with, service providers and lenders and such. But tell me about joining Pennecard Real Estates.
That's
How did you come across? How did that happen for you? Tell me the story.
how have I been so lucky?
Yes. And
Let's see. Pennecard was my good friend who's a realtor here as well. She said, since you're just diving into the industry, it'd be really great for you to reach out to this agent that I know. Her name's Tiffany Pennecard. She's somebody that I think you'd really hit it off with, and she's approachable, so reach out to her. So I did exactly that. And I went into Tiffany's office downtown, the Pennecard real estate
Which
office.
is beautiful, by the
It's
way.
gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
so cute. I love it. I walked in there and they were literally putting furniture together still. And, nothing was set up. They were trying to scramble. They were supposed to be opening the office the following week, I believe. And Tiffany dropped everything, sat down with me, and gave me as much time as I wanted to just sit there and talk real estate, talk about our history, our past. And that's what I found with so many people here in Idaho. Like, they care. They want to get to know you. They want to know about your family, and they're listening. They're not just asking random questions to keep the conversation moving. They're
Sure.
really interested in who you are and what you're doing. And that's exactly how I felt with Tiffany. We sat down, we chatted, and it was the most authentic and genuine conversation I've had in years. And I just felt this overwhelming feeling that this is where I need to be. This is where I want to be. If I'm doing this full throttle, this is where my start is. This is my beginning point.
Yeah.
So that was back in November, I believe. And I've just stayed in contact with them. I've been doing open houses with them, doing a lot of their community outreach with them. They're all about charity and giving back to the community, which is, that's the heart and soul of everything that we do in this industry. You have to be there for the people, and they're prime examples of what a team should be. And I left that day feeling like I don't know how I could be this lucky to have fallen into this group that I connect with so well. And every additional agent that I've met that's on the team is exactly the same. They all have their different personalities, but their main core values are in alignment, and that's what makes the team so strong. They're there to support each other. They're there to advocate for one another and for their clients. And there's never any battle. It's all about supporting and helping people lift each other up.
Yeah.
It's been really amazing working with them. I just totally went on a tangent. I'm sorry.
I love that. No, that's amazing.
They
And
just make me so happy.
yeah. And I can see you're a perfect match and a perfect fit for that group because you nailed it right there. And just from the outside looking in, the perception is, wow, what an awesome dynamic team of people that help each other and work together to make an impact in the community
Yeah.
and in the lives of other people in an otherwise, sometimes very competitive, very egoic, industry and
Cutthroat.
world sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's refreshing. I love it.
Yes, it
So,
is. It's
yeah.
very refreshing because
Yeah.
I was a little nervous coming into this industry, wondering, am I just going to get eaten alive by is anybody going to want to talk to me out here that's actually, involved in the industry already? And man, they brought me in, and I have officially joined the team as of May 1st. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm just getting
Yeah.
started with them, but
Fantastic.
it's been I feel like I have a solid backbone with them as my team. So it's really a good feeling to know that I have the support and the experience. I mean, man, Tiffany's been in real estate for 25 years, and I think the team as a whole has 35 years experience. So just watching them and being surrounded by them and listening to them talk is helping me immensely. It's just absorbing their knowledge and understanding their passion and why they do real estate. It's really inspiring, and I'm excited to be where I'm at with them.
Yeah. Amazing. It's a wonderful, it's great to be able to get connected as a young agent with a group like that to help you build and grow on what you're already doing. And, and I think moving forward, so tell me, what are your aspirations? What are your goals in real estate moving forward? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Um, I I really just want to be involved in the community, and I want to be exploring Idaho, and I feel like real estate is the perfect way to be doing that because there are so many people that are wanting to relocate. This is a way for me to help them. And I've always had the highest respect for um, veterans and active military, and I feel like this is a way I can, be of service to them. I can actually, they've always put others before themselves, and I see that's what Pennecard's doing as well. So for me to be in a position where I can offer a service to them and help them navigate, VA loans or different towns in Idaho, then that's where I feel like I can be helpful. So
Sure.
that's
I love it.
that's where I want to go with it. I'm of course everybody wants to do the luxury houses and $1 million mansions. That'd be fun every once in a while. I don't know, but for me right now, I want to be with first time home buyers, people that are moving because PCS moves, just helping people get into their first house or navigating how to use a loan to build up or fix up another house, how to find ways to help them pursue their dreams instead of feeling like they only have one option, and that's to rent for the rest of their lives. Because that's not the case, especially with VA loans. It's something that is very realistic, and I don't feel like a lot of people think that way. So I'd love to help them explore more options so that they feel like they're moving a step forward instead of staying stationary.
Okay. So I'm hearing, how may I serve, basically. Yeah, I love it.
Tell me what you want.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need, and I'll find a way to help you make that happen.
Yeah, and it's never no. It's maybe not now.
Yeah.
And so and I also heard education too, like just teach people.
Yeah.
Like helping educate. Like there's certain industries I don't know anything about. And we've been in real estate and mortgage. And so looking from the outside in, a lot of times we have to detach ourselves and think like, sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, how did you not know that? But people don't know that. And it's our job to help educate so they have clarity and they have a goal and they have a vision and they have a focus to move forward. And so I think like for you to be able to your ethos is really, and I've always felt it, like, how may I serve? And that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
I think that stems a lot from my husband too. He's very selfless, and he puts our boys first. He puts me first. And in response, it's kind of a natural behavior to respond with the same empathy and be like, what do you need? How can I help you type scenario. So I've learned a lot from him, and I think he attributes that a lot to the Marines as well. Just learning values and staying true to who you are and not letting people tell you who you are. You have your own skill set. You have your own thoughts, your own mind and brain. You got to use them. You got to get them out there. Absolutely. You got to show people that, I don't know. I really respect him, and he's made me a better person. So it's
awesome.
Yeah, been a good 14 years, going on 17, knowing each other. So
okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few personal fun things.
Okay.
Where's your favorite place to eat in the Valley?
Ooh, I love Crave. But there's so many other places too. Crave, oh my gosh. It's like that. You get that city vibe, but not in a big city. And I mean, just extraordinary food.
Yeah.
But there's so many places too. Rembrandt's is really fun for breakfast.
Yeah.
Love that place.
Have you tried Coa del Mar yet?
I really want to. I had reservations, but I was sick.
Yeah.
So
we went a couple weeks ago, and you said big city in a small town. That's what that is.
Really?
My wife looked at it and she was like, feels like we're in Bellevue, Washington.
Yeah.
But we're in Eagle, Idaho.
Yeah. Feel fancy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Rembrandt's is a great breakfast spot.
And it's just beautiful inside too. I love that. And then they have the outdoor patio too. There's so many though. I mean, Coins is great. Bardonnay. They have that new brewery, Gem State Brewery, which is really fun.
Oh, downtown.
Yeah, right downtown. And then right next to that, they have the Spitfire Taco Place, which is spicy. And I love spice. So it's good too.
Okay.
Yeah, so many though. I feel like I'm leaving so many out. But yeah, I think Coins is my instant go-to for like a celebratory night.
Okay.
Or happy hour or lunch or anything.
Okay. Where's the favorite park that you take your boys to?
Gerber, Stephen Gerber.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a splash pad. It's where they play all their soccer games too. So we're used to going there.
Yeah.
They have built-in structures for shade, and people have parties out there, so it's a lot of fun. Then they have,
Okay.
walking paths all around the place, so
Okay.
really nice park. Love
Okay.
that one. But Reed Merrill's really nice too. So
Okay.
is Ann Morrison down in Boise, but
Yeah.
an Eagle.
Gerber.
Gerber.
Gerber should go to.
Gerber, then Reed
Okay.
Merrill.
Favorite quick weekend getaway?
Ooh, what we just did. We went
Okay.
up to Garden Valley.
Okay.
We rafted the river.
Okay.
We camped. We went to, it seemed like a rodeo, but it was just, I
Oh,
think,
the little one.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really cute little rodeo out
Yeah.
there. And then they also had this great, I think it was a market type deal, but they had a wine tasting event. They had live music. So
Okay.
it was hands down like probably one of the best weekends I've had in a long time. And I was still
Okay.
able to make it back to do an open house on Sunday.
Yeah,
Because it's
it's
only an
like
hour
a
away.
little over an
so,
hour
yeah,
from Eagle.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's one of my, that's my go-to getaway weekends.
Yeah.
But if you want to go fancy, get up to McCall. Ooh, it's beautiful in
Not
McCall. I
bad.
love it up
No,
there.
but it's okay.
Just okay.
Well, Kristen, I've really enjoyed our conversation today. Thank
Me
you so
too.
much. I'm so excited to see where you're going to go with your career with PentaCard and helping other people in the community. And yeah, I just really appreciate your time today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I really appreciate you sitting down with me.
You're
It's
welcome.
been a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're very welcome.